planes have been crazy for the past like 3 days. See right here, this is basically what it sounds like here for the past 3 days. Yep. And I think another one is gonna come shortly. These planes, man, you know, are like mostly private jets, like, you know, like Cessna, Bombardier. This next one I think is gonna, they come from all over. I think this next one is coming from Orlando, Florida. Yep. Just non-stop all day. For the past like 3 days, they've been going hard with the planes, bro. I don't know why. I don't know what they're trying to do to me. I don't know what it is, man. The past 3 days, bro. It's like, I don't know, it's like they're getting desperate or something, and they're going all out right now, you know? Oh man, I know a plane is coming. It was. I don't know if they're probably still gonna come. Another plane is coming, no doubt. I saw it on the radar shit that I used, Flight Radar 24 and shit. I be using that. And I see all the planes that fly over the house. I see what, you know, I see the make, I see the model, I see where they're coming from, I see, you know, I see where they came from and shit. I don't know. Obviously, I mean, they slow down when you turn the camera on because they know. They know you're filming. You know, that's what another guy said. They do these noise campaigns. Once you turn the camera on, they slow down.
These guys, man, lately they're attacking me so much. This week, in the last 5 or 6 days, they've been attacking my genitals so much. They've been attacking my face and all kind of my abdomen. I wake up with broadcasts all in my mouth, and it's like they want to just mutilate my body and torture me. And so, okay, you want to do more? Let's do more. I'm going back to SoundCloud, baby. I'm also about to start a podcast on Apple. All right, I'm about to do all of that. And I'm going to keep doing YouTube. And I got several other YouTube channels. And I'm still looking for other people that would like to be employed to do some videos too. All right, so I'm trying to grow this thing. And this time I'm going to do it the right way. All right, so I'm going to keep building up everything. You want more? You're getting more. Gang stalkers want to attack me. Physical torture. Okay, you want to do more? I'm going to do more. Let's find out who's more hard-headed and who lasts longer. Good luck.
A harassment technique seemingly inspired by science fiction is reportedly being used to torment Chinese people, specifically those who dare to stand up against government corruption. An unusual type of harassment has reportedly appeared in China, seemingly taken from the pages of a science fiction novel. Some claim the Chinese regime has developed a special kind of technology used to broadcast information directly into a person's mind. Known as electronic harassment, it's allegedly used to silence those who dare to speak out.
Wong Hai Bong says he's been suffering from what he calls electronic harassment for 12 years. He explained that it all started after he filed a corruption report in 2008. It was against then police chief of the Wuning County Public Security Bureau inside Jiangxi province. Soon after, he described being illegally detained, beaten, intimidated, and framed. Not long after that, he was involved in a car accident, something he says was staged. It left him hospitalized. He explained that since then, a device has been used to send information directly to his mind.
They observe my mind with the device and watch my movements. They also use the audio function to send voices to my mind, disturbing me round the clock.
Following his trip to the hospital, he says he began to suffer from the unique harassment. Wang says he believes the local police are behind the electronic harassment. That's because, according to Wang, they talk to him through it using their dialect and accent.
They don't talk about anything else. They only talk about what I'm doing, disturbing me no matter what I do. No matter what, they'll make noise and talk to me.
Wang told us that sometimes he can hear 5 or 6 people talking simultaneously, even up to a dozen. He explained that to him it seems that they take shifts talking, insulting, and denouncing him, in an effort to spark his anger and make him talk back. According to him, the technology makes it so that only he can hear the noise. He describes it as a never-ending battle in his mind.
The local officials are too corrupt. They seek to kill you with this torture. They thought I couldn't last 2 years. They never imagined I would make it this long.
But Wang's long-term fatigue has taken a serious toll on his health. Now he suffers from symptoms like headaches, weakened eyesight, and shortness of breath. Despite the symptoms, Wang says that his mental health is intact. In order to prove he's not insane, he underwent 2 MRIs and a CT scan, showing that his brain is still functioning normally. Wang began in Beijing in 2015. It's taken him 4 years to get confirmation about the technology from China's Ministry of Public Security.
The reception staff of the Public Security Ministry said that they indeed have this kind of equipment. It's very expensive. It's available in all police departments at the county level and above. The equipment can monitor your thinking and send voices to your mind and talk to you in your head. That's what they said.
Wang says the Chinese Communist Party, or CCP, currently uses the technology to control tens of thousands of people. He says he's also spoken with other victims who describe suffering the same round-the-clock noise in their minds. Some of them reportedly couldn't bear it and are believed to have committed suicide, but more and more victims have started to speak out. The CCP hasn't hidden its intention to weaponize mind control. Regime media mouthpiece Xinhua reprinted an article earlier last year speaking highly of the technology's military and wartime value. The article says the purpose of mind control weapons is not the destruction of an enemy's flesh, but of his will. It also says the new technology doesn't require a chip implanted in the human brain. Instead, electromagnetic waves, light, sound waves, smells, among other things, can be used. Reporting by Xu Wanhui, NTD News.
It's the mind control headset, okay, and they're always using that. That's what they always use, okay. Even when they get on the broadcast machine, they always use the mind control headset because it receives inward. It's like an amplifier, okay. So that's what they use, and they call it a mind control, and it's an EMF headset, okay. That's the one device. Now let me one more explanation about that thing. With the mind control on, they can broadcast a hologram of EMF hologram and connect to it to live virtually through it. So they could be having virtual sex with holograms with another person's hologram, and that's what they see in their mind with the eye covers on, while somebody else is having physical sex with them, and they're all connected to each other on mind control. So it gets very confusing. Half the time they don't even know who the hell they are or who they're fucking or anything else. So that's how it works. And the range is very limited to connect to a broadcasted hologram with the mind control only. Okay, very limited within probably 100 feet or less. I don't know this exact specifics, but I know if they want to connect very far, they have to be on the broadcast machine. So that's the mind control. And in the broadcast machine, I called it the machine to begin with, when I could tell like they were telepathic, and I could tell that they were on some kind of machine, putting voltage through them when they were broadcasting to me, talking to me or whatever, and gangs talking to me. And so I started calling it the machine. people to understand that they can be awake 24/7. They're not physically awake 24/7. They're physically awake when they're physically awake. But when they're on broadcast, their body could be asleep, but they could still be awake. But think about this. If you could do things like in the digital world, like say you could be on the internet doing things, or like running a live stream, or like doing some anything digital world, like your digital self, like online stuff and stuff like that, you could be doing that while you're asleep. And that gives them that much of an advantage on anybody who doesn't have neural monitoring. Right there, you got 8 hours a day that you don't have to be sleeping, but you are asleep, but you don't have to be sleeping, because some of them, okay, it just depends on who. Some of them are very coherent and reasonable, even as broadcast.
MK Ultra subjected willing and unwilling participants to various psychological experiments, including sensory deprivation and hallucinogenic drugs.
Well, this is what's called the holy grail in neuroscience, is to find out the code, the secret code of what the brain does. So how does it convert the physical world into an electrical world? And the secret is find the program.
And it's stuck. So we call it the broadcast machine, or the machine. So they call it that. I have a profound effect on what they say, because a lot of half the stuff they say is stuff that I started, but they call it a broadcast initially. And what it looks like is, if you've ever seen those bowl things that go over your head in a salon, like the hairdryer things, it looks like that. Okay, they'll have like a wooden chair with the broadcast thing rigged up over the top of you, okay, and they sit in that chair with the broadcast thing over the top of them, and that broadcasts them outward. It's an outward broadcast thing, okay, and the mind control is inward, and the broadcast is outward. It's an amplifier as well, so they use that to connect to the hologram broadcast at a further distance, some couple hundred feet, or maybe a couple hundred yards, maybe even up to like a mile or a half mile or something. I'm not sure the specifics again, but that's how it works. Now, usually in this wooden chair, there'll be clamps built onto the chair, so the girls will be able to have their legs clamped out, okay, while they're on the broadcast machine. And the broadcast machine makes you in a catatonic sleep state. It makes your body drowsy into a sleep state, and you're on mind control, so you just kind of fall into a virtual reality where you don't really know what's going on with your human self.